Welcome to OpenMentor.net. In this, we are going to see how to handle files in Java. Before you start coding anything on the file handling, you need to import java.io star, which is the input-output class library. Now, there are some standard streams available. In Java, you can have byte stream or buffer stream or character streams. In this, what we are trying to do is there is a built-in class called a file input stream. So for that, we pass the path of the file and the file name. So we have a file c:myfile.txt, and let me type you what is that. Type myfile.txt. It has hello, how are you in 4 different lines. Now, so for the file input stream, you point that particular file and path. Then you create another class called data input stream. For the data input stream, you pass that file stream object. Okay, and then there is a buffered reader. That means I want to read line by line. So we are not reading character by character, we are reading line by line. So all we are doing is passing this data input stream object to the buffered reader. So it takes the data from the disk and then stores in the buffer, and then it transfers that information to the program. So essentially our Java program will be dealing with the buffered reader object. So the file input stream points to the actual physical file. Data input stream is an intermediate thing between buffered reader and the file input stream. So it is very simple. Buffered reader dot read line. It will first read the first line, then subsequently it starts reading the next line until it reaches null. When it returns null, that means we have reached the end of file. Okay, so what we are doing is this br read line, this returns a string. If it returns a null string, that means it has no more lines to read, and I am printing that. And towards the end, once you are done with the job, make sure you close the file. Never keep any file open. Close the file. In case of any exception, whenever you are dealing with IO, you need to always have try and catch, because the file may not exist. The file may have some problems, right? So we need to make sure that we are dealing with that particular exception. So let us try to, let us say, we will rename myfile.txt to myfile1.txt. So it's renamed. Now let us compile this java 19.java. It compiles. Now I'm going to run it. Java 19. It says file not found exception, because we are trying to open c:myfile.txt, and when it tries to open this file input stream, it is getting an exception, and then it goes to this one, and we are printing that exception text, which is nothing but file not found. Let me rename this file back to myfile1.txt to myfile.txt. Now it should be running. Okay, so now when you run this Java 19, all these lines, each line is read from the file one after the other, and it is printing those lines. So how does it happen? It happens through this while loop. So buffered reader dot read line will return one line at a time, and that is stored in the string. If it returns null, that means we are reaching the end of file. Any exceptions, we are going here. This is how you read. Now let us do some write operations to a file. Let us see how we can write to files. Same way, you need to import java.io star. Previously we had the reader, buffered reader. Now we are doing buffered writer. So what we are doing is we use a class file writer. To that we pass this new file.txt, which is the file. When you say true, if the file doesn't exist, it will create the file. Okay, now I go back to c:, dir new file.txt. The file does not exist. So when we give this command, it will create that file. So once you create the buffered writer object bw, after that it is same thing like you are printing a line on the console. So bw.write, and then you give any string that you want to do. Then you can say bw.newLine. This means it will put the line break over there, then any subsequent writes will go to the next line. So we write this string, then we write a new line character, then we write this string line 1 and line 2, then we write this. Always when you are dealing with files, make sure you close the file before you exit. So to write to files, it's very simple. Create a buffered writer. For that you need to pass this object. The new file new writer, you can write it in 2 lines or you can write it in 1 line also. Okay, so this has been written in 1 line. That means you are creating a new object of buffered writer. For that you are creating a file writer object and then passing it. So first this object will be created, then it will be passed to this class. This object bw will be created. You use bw.write. Let us try to compile this and execute this. So I compile this Java 20. Now let us execute this. So we have not printed anything. So before we executed this program, this file didn't exist. Now let us say dir new file.txt. This file is there. This is written. Now let us say type new file.txt. Whatever you have given in the program, hello, this is line 1, hello, this is line 2. These two are written to the file. So how did it happen? You created the buffered writer object, then you gave that object.write. You gave this object.newLine. So whatever you have given inside the program, that has been written to the file. So this is a basic normal text file input and output. In Java, you can also use character based. Right now we are reading line by line, we are writing line by line. Same way you can read character by character and then write character by character. At the same time you can read binary inputs also as a byte stream straight away to that. But from the commercial business applications, we may not be using binary files a lot, but text files will be used using this buffered read and buffered write. We will end this session here. Thank you.